Hoi allemaal, welcome to my canal. So I am starting a new palette focus, but it is my goal to do 25 kijken looks with the Pat McGrath artistry palette. This was the Celestial Nirvana palette. I mean, there are 18. I figured we could do at least 25 different looks in here for Christmas from December 1st to December 25th. I'm gonna do my best to keep these videos very short. But for the most part, I do want to go through this. It is the beginning of Augustus right now. That is how early I'm doing these videos. I'm trying to do 25 because I really want to immerse myself into this palette. I have done looks with this palette before, but I didn't really dive into the palette like I should have, considering how much it was. But also this was like the artistry palette. Like this is, I'd say, an extension of the subversive palette, like the edginess, the colors, this and that. How many grams did we get per? I think it was like 1 point something. I mean, there's a 22.8 grams total. I'm not too sure broken that down. It's gonna be something. But it is 2025. I mean, I do feel like this 6 is a good extension of a sunlit seduction. I feel like this 6, the middle one, which is supposed to be the cool tone, is a good extension of moonlit seduction. And I do think this 6 is a good extension of the petal morphosis Mothership 13. That's just my theory. But I'm gonna go ahead and prep my eyes with the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Eyeshadow Primer. I mean, I have a few more in here, but I can't get to it. That is the thing. I'm gonna go ahead and prep my eyes, and we are gonna get into this tutorial. Alright, so the eyes are prepped with the Pro Filter Eyeshadow Primer by Fenty Beauty. Just need to bring my camera closer. So for the first few looks, I'm going to keep it extremely simple because I also need to break it down for the TikTok. But, look at that lighting. Ooh. I think, let me do the blue one first. Let me do Nocturnal and Navy. And I'm going to go ahead and start off with the bottom lash line, because the first few looks I actually really want to do a smoky look. Perfect. Just laying down the foundation basically. Then I actually want to go ahead. I don't know if I want to do the brow bone highlight now or later, but that is basically what I'm going to do for both sides, really. Because with the smoky look, I just like to keep it very minimal. I went ahead and basically mapped out how I want this to be. And I'm gonna go ahead and pack it in with a flat brush, and we are gonna get that intensity. This actually brings me back to like when I first started doing smoky looks like 20 years ago. Oh my word. But I hope this blue pigment may stain my eyes, but look at how that's already popping my brown eyes. This is what I love about color with brown eyes, because the color you can get to pop out the brown eyes more is exquisite. But this was actually, what year did this come out? 2024? 2020. Yeah, 2024 holiday collection. This was, and still is by far, I think one of the greatest drops the brand did. To be quite honest, in my personal opinion, I'm gonna get a fluffy brush. Where is it? Where's my brush? Hanging on by her. You know what? I guess it's a sign to move on, sirs. It is a sign to move on. Alright, so gonna do our best to really try to get right into that crease and blend it out. That's how we're gonna start this smokiness. But like I said, these first few tutorials for this are gonna be basically almost like a one and done kind of thing, kind of situation. Because I don't think a lot of people gave this palette an actual chance. Ooh. And of course, the thing about doing smoky looks is just build, build, build. And then you go back in and then you just start to smoke out the edges. Because from here, I think I'm just going to do an inner corner highlight and then that's gonna be the end of the look. So this is where we are at. Like, it's coming off a little bit more green than the actual Nocturnal Navy. So this definitely probably has some kind of a more of a green base type of blue, but this is gorgeous. I'm loving this. Now we are going to go into Lunar Lavender, and that is going to be the brow bone highlight. Ooh, child. And the great thing about doing this is that it's actually going to tame down the blending, especially if you use your finger. Perfect. I mean, the thing about having hooded eyes, yes, it sucks, but you could get away with a good smoky always. Now the inner corner, we are going to keep it lavender daring. Lunar Lavender. Lavender, and we are going to get a little bit of a flat brush on this. Just begin to get right into the corner. And I went ahead and lined my waterline with the Pat McGrath PMGLABLOVE in Extreme Black. So, Lunar Lavender. Perfect. That is literally it for this look, but we are just gonna go ahead and press it in. Oh, look at that. That is gorge. That is gorge. This is definitely a moment. Like I said, 25 tutorials for the month of December. Trying to do 25 tutorials for the month of December for the most part. But that is it. Tutorial number 1 of the Pat McGrath. But let me go ahead and do the rest of my face and you will see the final look in a moment. Here we are, the final look. Tutorial number 1 of the, let me do it this way. I love, like, it comes off green. The undertone is definitely green with this Nocturnal Navy. Nocturnal Navy and Lunar Lavender is all we did today. Tutorial number 1, the beginning of many more to come. I just messed up my brow, whatever. I'll just say it's being creative. Tutorial number 1 of 25 tutorials for Christmas. Like I said, the first few looks will probably definitely be more like this. Keeping it very, very simple, one and done, because it's something I've been wanting to do with this palette. But yes, because I think next I would definitely do Nightfall with Cosmic Champagne, Auburn Allure with Golden Angelica, and maybe even Altered State with Gilded Opulence would be kind of nice to see. And maybe Violet Vixen with Aquarian Dream, maybe. Kind of like those one and dones in here. I really want to see what this looks like. But for primer, I actually just did the Charlotte Tilbury's Magic Cream for my primer. For under eye corrector is still the Flash Luminizer by Dior 003. Vanish number 2 by Charlotte Tilbury. Concealer. Beautiful Skin Radiant Concealer in 8.5 medium, and foundation is the beautiful Skin Foundation in 8 warm. I think with this, I will continue to use this, but I just love how subtle and voluptuous this gives my skin. Like I said, it is literally beginning of August in a couple of days, but this is December when you guys are seeing this. I got a little sidetracked by all the things I wanted to do this year. I took a few months, quite a lot of months, to just relax, get my life together, get things situated. But I am looking forward to really diving deep into this moving forward with my channel to see where I could go with my channel. And yeah, like I said, this year we did what? Natasha Denona's gold palette, the finish of it into the new year. I think I did Utopian Dream. No. What else did I do? I did a Mothership, Sunlit Seduction. I dove deep into that with over 20 tutorials, I think. Beautiful palette, very redundant. Something I have and I could have done with a lot of other things I have from Pat McGrath and stuff like that. But I'm very curious. Like I said, this is the end of July, beginning of August. I'm very curious as to what the holiday collection will be from Pat McGrath. So, but without further ado, tutorial number 1. And I am loving this look. Oh, lips are Supermodel by Charlotte Tilbury, Opulust Gloss, Pale Fire Nectar by Pat McGrath. A little bit of contoured. I did the Patrick Toss She's Chiseled cream powder bronzer, just to give a little bit of you know, just a little bit, just a little bit, just a smidge. No highlighter on. Blush, I went in with Paradise Venus and Desert Amber from Pat McGrath. So these are what I have on for blush. Brows is still Benefit. So I should dive back into this that Coral Nectar. Child. But yes, and set with Charlotte Tilbury's Flawless Setting Spray. But for the most part, tutorial number 1, I am very, very excited to see where this is going to go. As usual, see the final edits on my Instagram page, and I may make a collage of like all the looks I did and my favorite pictures that I took from it and edited, but we shall see. I'll see you guys next video.